Hey, hi all. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. I can see weekend vibrations already. The strength is supposed to be 60 and I can hardly see 20. Okay, first let me just keep a message in group also so that who are in a different zone, so they also will join. I'll just give them a message. I hope all of you have done the assignment or at least tried. I also mentioned that to join for the sorry, the link will be shared to upload the documents, but I couldn't uh, create the link still since I have not received the official mail ID. So once I receive that drive link, then I'll share. I'll create a link and I'll share. So I've put a message in the respective groups. People are joining. So tomorrow, what's the plan? Hope that everybody will watch few series, movies without revising. Rakesh is saying that no, revise, query, study. Oh, great. Prashant, you're outside, huh? You want everybody to see that you are outside. Okay. A folder. Okay. I think good that I can see that most of them are saying S for assignment. Great. No problem, Prashant. Yeah, let's start with the session. I think, as I mentioned, the vibration of weekend started already for most of them. They are not attending the session. However, the recordings will be shared to them. Maybe they'll be attending it, listening to the lecture post session, I guess. So, however, as I mentioned, the candidates who are attending the live session will have the more grasping or understanding power as compared to the students who are watching recording. So if they are having some other important work and they couldn't take up this live session, it's okay, but at least they have to complete the recording for the next class and come. So that is what I wanted from everybody. Yeah. In the this one, in the assignment which I have shared, I think there was one question where I have highlighted saying that will be discussed in the class as the data is not present in the table, will be discussing in the class. Have you noticed that question? So you people have like, I think after starting the session last week, we couldn't have the Friday session because even I was busy at the like few of personal work, as that is the reason I couldn't have the session on the Friday. I had told that from Monday we will restart, but this Friday I have got a chance, so that once I explain Saturday, Sunday, both the days you should utilize. Like that assignment, I'll be posting it. So Friday is good day to start the assignments. And again, you will also enjoy solving the queries, the different queries when you start analyzing it and when you get the exact expected output. How happy you feel because you have written the query on your own. Again, I will suggest to everyone not to copy from the internet. 100% queries you will get. I'm not telling no, but you only think and tell. Will the interviewer will check Google's brain, or they will check your brain? They'll check your brain only, what is there in your brain. So then you should utilize your brain to work on the queries. Concepts I'm telling, you have to try it out. If you are not able to try, that means you are in a, like, bit confused with the concept, or you're not familiar with the concept. So what you have to do, again, you have to revise, read out the notes which I'll be forwarding. Again, then also it is not clear, refer to the previous queries, the questions, then again try it out. I also see that, see, for every human, 15 minutes, 15 minutes once the brain gets diverted. So if you would have observed, I would have always mentioned, concentrate, concentrate. I'll be telling this in between the session. According to the human tendency, it is like 15 minutes you can concentrate on one thing, and again your mind says, maybe you, like, some, for few people, okay, about food it will remind, for few of you about your girlfriend, boyfriend it will remind, for few of you about your parents it will remind. Our parents, I don't think so. And for few of them, maybe that you want to do some other work, and suddenly that you will get automatically into your brain. See, it's not like, no, it happens unexpectedly. It is like meant to happen. After every 15 minutes your mind just gets diverted. So in that situation, you have, even when you're solving up the queries, or when you are reading up something, if you're going to or solving more than 15 minutes one query only, it's of no use. Take a break. If you're not able to solve any question, you have to it's not only for SQL, I'm telling it for programming, I'm telling it for other things. Like, when you are not getting it, just take a break, just go out for one walk and have some water, and again in a fresh mind you sit. When you're sitting it, keep your mobile silent and then sit. Tell your people at home that not to disturb you for 15 minutes, and sit, complete it, then you go do the other job. Why I always mention this is because, as I mentioned, 15 minutes only you can concentrate on one thing at a time. So when you're doing any job, give 100% in that. You are texting someone in your mobile, okay, you stop doing other thing, revising, don't do that. You first complete that, give 100% to them. Then again tell them that you will be busy for certain time of period, and you will be back to them to chat, and that is how you convey to them, and just finish up your work. So finally I can just say that whatever you do, give your 100% in that. When you give 100%, the result also will be 100%. When you are giving your partial interest, like 70%, 30%, the output also will be the same. You would have solved, but the 30% answer will be correct, the rest will be not correct. The same thing will happen. So it is just like that. So that is the reason I would say, you're preparing for interview. When you're preparing for interview, give your 100% to prepare. What is required, how to improvise yourself, where I am lacking, all these questions you should ask yourself. Okay, yeah, let me just quickly share the screen and we'll quickly move on with the concept. So my duty on Fridays is very easy, because I would have a very less part to discuss, but more the other side, the more thing, the things which you have to be doing is more. You will be getting a lot of notes today. When I say notes, other than the assignment, you will be getting few different topics, not the one which I have discussed. I mentioned that 16 days, or maximum, if I have to push it out, 18 days is what I handle. But within those days, if I have to complete entire Oracle, it would be tedious task. But what have to be trained, what have to be given as a core topics, I would be taking up. But there are few things, and I can say hardly 0.0001% of question might come. If your luck is bad, then can't help, that kind of questions might arise. So that time, if I am not able to discuss that in a session duration, so what I have planned is I would be sharing up as a note format. If you just go through it with the example I would have shared, with the complete instructions I would have shared, but you have to go through it. And when this kind of activities I'll be doing only on Friday. So Friday, you can just rest after this session. Saturday, Sunday, without fail, you have to solve one day assignment. You have to go through the notes one day. I'm not telling complete a day for assignment, complete day for notes. No, nothing like that. If you are comfortable, finish both the things in one day. If you're not comfortable, you can organize it. It is up to you. Your lifestyle, I cannot judge it, but what I can give you is just an ideas to solve or go through it. Okay, yeah. I think you have solved the questions yesterday, and I have told that one question I would be explaining it in the session. I'll explain it at the last. By the time we go to that particular question, I have few more operators to discuss. I think everybody know about a topic or operator called as logical in your respective technologies, like in Java we have, or the C, C++, correct? Yeah. So here we will be using up logical operators in this way, and or not, where in case the symbols we will be using another. Here I would specifically mention in SQL of Oracle, when we say logical operators, we will use these three operators as it is. If you have observed in our previous queries also, that is when I told between and operator, in that when I mentioned you can also solve this question using relational operators. So what we did, we used that operator there, maybe that salary lesser than greater than 18,000 and salary lesser than 24,000. In between of that, we have used and operator, which means this logical operator we have included along with the relational operator. And many situation will come where we have to include not also. For example, the same question, please print the details of such employees or all the employees whose salary is not between 18,000 and 24,000. Means the range between 18 to 24,000, it should, the employee's salary should not be between this. So directly I can go with the between and, where before I have to use logical not and say not between 18,000 and 24,000. Or if I'm going with the different, that is relational operator, again I have to mention salary not lesser than, not equal to, or not salary. First only we should use a logical not salary less than the greater than this amount and lesser than that particular amount. Maybe we will solve few questions so that you will also get used to that. So as I mentioned, the logical operators we will understand one by one. Let me just take quickly a question. I would tell, write a query to display details, maybe details of, I'll just change this, display details of all the employees who as job ID as clerk, who as the job ID as clerk, working in department ID 50. So till now we have not included department ID. So let me just go to the table. Let's verify we have a department ID. Sometimes in the question they'll ask you to include department table details. Suppose if I mention, please give me the details of employee who is employee name or the first name who is working in maybe the department. Assume that there is a computer science department. In the department table, there is a department name called as computer science. But that information is not present in this table. If you observe, what I have is department ID, not the department name. If I want the department name, I should go to the department table. If I want the first name, I have to go to the employees table. So I want details of, I want the entities or the details or the data of two different tables. Then directly as how we are writing the table, information, no, we cannot try, query like that, we cannot achieve the task. We have to go through the two different A table means we have to join the tables. There are certain concepts called as joining. There are certain concepts called as subqueries. Using that we should be doing. But now the question is very simple. We have to be using this department ID and write the statement, that is query. So how to write it? So one clarity we have got it. In the employees table, we have department ID. Okay. So I'll just go back to question. I hope all of you are here listening to the lecture, or is it that you have doing the other job? Listening? You're there? You people are there? Great. Yes. So let's do it. So today's assignment will give you a little bit of maturity thinking about the concepts. Okay. So don't miss out to complete it by end of Sunday. Don't keep it for Monday. You have to complete it by Sunday only. So I'll tell. I want the details of all the employees. So select star from employees where condition is mandatory, because what I'm telling, who has job ID this and also working in the department. So two condition I have to be telling it. So I'll tell where job ID is equals to, it is a sequence of character, sent clerk. See, sent clerk, assistant clerk here. Let me just go to that clerk. See how it is present. The same way I have to be keeping it. Ma'am, what if in the question they have given in the different way like this? Combination of characters, lowercase and all. Will I get the output for that by seeing question I have written? You only observe. Let me just tell only this much. Where job ID is clerk. If I say that it says no data found, I told you long back, when you are retrieving the data, column name, the clauses are case insensitive, but value is case sensitive. In other words, outside of this completely, see this part, wherever you have the sequence of characters in between of this, they are case sensitive. Outside of this, whatever we have, you can use like any cases. For employee ID, uppercase, lowercase, anything you can do it. For email, anything you can write it. But inside of this columns, whatever data we have, the attributes what we have, for that, whatever the way the user has given the details, how he has stored the details, the same way we have to be retrieving it. So only whenever they give you the questions of SQL, they always give you the table to you, and based on that only you should be writing the query. This is how it happens in every interview. If they are not giving it, they'll only mention in the question. So if a table is not given to you, you can just copy as it is in the question, how they are giving, that way only. If the table details are with you, you should observe the table and check and then write it. Okay. So job ID is clerk. Along with that, one more condition I need to satisfy. What is that? The department ID is 50. So I would tell, and one more condition is department ID is equals to 50. Okay. So let me just select and run. If I do that, you can see I have only 4 details or 4 tuples, that the department ID is 50 and the job ID is clerk, like this. So just a minute, me run. Let me just check clerk and any other. I want to frame one more question, so I'm just checking that particular data is there or not. Clerk. Okay, all the clerks are in 50 only. Okay, job ID and department will match. Okay, so this is one type of query. So wherever we are using and or, then it is understood that we have to be going with that particular, logical operators. That is what I wanted to remind you. One more question I'll take so that you get a clarity. So write a query to display. Write a query to display. Just pay attention. You need not copy. However, I'm sharing it, right? In your free time, you can just have a note of it. Again, such people who are just keeping the documents in your laptop, it's of no use. You should at least go through it or at least read it on a daily basis. So sometimes what happens, if you just keep it in your system, the orders you will forget. Somehow I'm maintaining the orders, note 1, 2, 3, I am maintaining it. But still, it would be good that if you are having a running notes among with you, and whenever I'm sharing the notes, if you just copy it in your notes, it gives much more clarity to you to revise it. So handwritten notes are, like it gives you the clarity, and also the whatever you write it stays for a longer period in your brain. There is a reason it is a good habit to maintain the notes. No, ma'am, I'm very much comfortable. I have that good grasping power. Only by seeing notes, I can get the things. Then I am also okay with that. But there are candidates who will feel difficulties to read out the document. So then you have to spend some time and make a notes and keep it ready. However, it's one time hard work, right? If you just have it throughout your lifetime, you can utilize it. Some upgradation on the topic, you can add it in the same note, or for other interviews, you can refer to it. As simple as that. So write a query to display if an employee is a president. Okay, it is written as like this. Press, or if an employee is sales representative, or if an employee is sales representative, yeah, SARE. This is how it is given. But they must earn more than 15,000, or maybe 15,000 I'll tell. So what is the question? They are asking such employee details whose job ID is a president and a sales representative, and their salary should be more than 15,000. But they are not telling that I want this and also this. They are telling either of this or this. Ultimately, one major target is their salary should be more than 15,000. Let us quickly start writing it. Select star, because all the employees, all the other columns I want from employees, where condition is mandatory. What is the condition? Job ID. What is a job ID? Firstly, it is president. It is president. Not only this, along with that, I should also satisfy one more condition, where job ID is equals to sales representative, REP. This is one condition. So I'll just enclose them with a simple bracket. So after solving these two, whatever the output I would be getting, I would be again performing a set of one more operation, that is and the salary should be greater than 15,000. This is how I would tell. Nothing to think more, you should think about it or something like that, because as simple as that, whatever in the question they have given, I'm just turning out the same thing in a query format. Nothing I have just changed. I am just giving the same set of information. I'm telling, see, president is this person. Okay, let me just compare here. See, president I have, okay, whose salary is greater than 24,000. And also the sales representative here like this. But here, if you see, his salary is less than 20,000, but I don't want that. I want such sales representative details whose salary is greater than 15,000. I want such president details whose salary is greater than 15,000. And accordingly, I'm getting the output. Is that clear? For not, where to use not. Okay, maybe I'll just go not one more example I'll include in other queries so that you'll get a better clarity. Here, the previous question, write a query to display details of all the employees whose job ID as clerk and also department ID as 15. So what I got a clarity here, their ID should be clerk and the department ID is 50. I'll tell or here. Just observe. When I say 50 and clerk, it was something. I got it. See now what it is doing. Either it is checking job ID is clerk. Okay, I will print it. If not, it is checking a department ID is 50. Then also it is printing. That is the reason we got one extra detail here. That is job ID and this information we have got it. Manager. Yes, very good. Normally, how the OR gate works, the same way. Either of the condition is satisfying, it will give you the output. And both the condition it should satisfy. Got it? Not negate, that is opposite of the whatever we are asking. Shashi is asking, ma'am, how to put alias for this query. See, alias, you can put it for one column. Here we are not displaying for one column. And the condition is not everywhere we are getting the exact column names. We are not getting the different column names and the operation is not visible. Whenever we want to give the alias names means that operation when it is visible, and when you want to give the certain particular information to that one particular column, then you can go with that. Okay, multiple columns are there, for which one you want to give. Using the brackets required, maybe for this as of now it is not required, but once we move on with the queries, in one question multiple sub questions will be there. That time it makes like you have to be writing it. So if you make a habit of organizing the question part by part by organizing with the simple brackets, it will be more convenient to you also to identify where the problem is. So it's a good habit to have it in an organized way. Okay, yeah. So this is all about the logical operator. I will include a few more instruction and few more operator here. Just quickly, we will go with this. Clarity, more experience, or I can say more hands-on experience on queries only by solving the questions or assignments which I post. If not, today, I mean the assignments which I'll be posting it for Saturday and Sunday, that includes a different table also. Ma'am, that table information I don't have. In interview also sometimes they'll not give you the table instructions. They'll just give you the question. Suppose if they tell, write a query to extract a first name of a student in that student table. Student table I didn't give you. You should just think, okay, student table is there. What they are asking, first name. Select first name from student. And you have to write it like that. Oh, ma'am, in class we have only solved departments, job grades, and the employees. But in interview, they're asking different table. 100% they'll ask, just because you have learned, and they'll not ask only that questions based on that particular tables. Nothing like that. You should get a grip of writing the queries. So one table we are considering. We like that any table they can ask. Okay. So Here, I would now consider one more set of information. If you observe here, let me just go to the table. Just observe the employee ID. The IDs are completely filled, no empty values. Same way, if I observe the commission PCT, there are certain empty values. The values are not given. Then I can say that there is a null value in this commission PCT. Okay. Sometimes they'll ask you, please print the information of the employees where the commission PCT is not empty, or where the commission PCT percentage, the commission percentage is present, is not present. Like this, they'll ask. So simply, I'll just consider that question. Write a query to print the information of employees where commission percentage is present. Present means to which employee the percentage is present. So I'll tell select star from employees where commission PCT is not null. We have an operator null. I mean, is not null or is null. I'll just highlight it here. Is null is a operator which we can use to check whether we have the null information in the table or not. The negate of it, then we have to be telling is not null, like that. Just let me just check wherever the opposite, I mean, I have to check whose value is there. So I'm telling is not null. If you now check, I'm getting such details whose value was, whose percentage details are present. Only for that I am getting it. Ma'am, what if I remove this is? Okay. So there might be a question. Can you see that it says, what is this? Null is a value which we have. For that, we are just attaching not. It will not work like that. So is null is one separate operator. Whenever the negate of it, the opposite of it, we have to give, then I have to tell is not null. So simple. Wherever I have to get the details of the negate values, then I have to tell not. So if I just leave this, whose values are empty, that values, I mean, that details will be printed. Okay. So null is one set of operator. So let me just highlight this. And I'll tell is not present. Why this example I'm showing? Because queries are based on this. I am just giving the ideas. If I give the ideas, at least while solving, you have to put, see, 10% of idea is only I'm giving. 90% of brainstorming, you should do it while solving the questions today. There is a reason I'm just running it out with that. So this is one operator which we have. Very simple. You can expect very less question from this is null or is not null. But most of your questions will come with this logical operators, because in other operators you will include this logical operators. So that is important again. And then we have one more set of operator called as in operator. So what you can do is somewhere in your notes where you are maintaining all the questions, you can highlight, okay, operator, and in the operator you can have the subtopics, which are the operators you find in the notes. Write it separately and keep. so that you can get to one question is there, ma'am, instead of is not, can we use not equal to? Okay, you are asking me that instead of here. Okay, commission PCT is not equal to null value. I think it should not be working because it is not a value there. The digital value, let me check. Not equal to null. Getting it? Numbers. Relational operators compares with the values. Null is one character again here also. Empty character. I'm checking out with empty character here. It is not matching with that respective value there. So I'm not getting it. Is equal to null. Maybe here I should be getting, I should be getting the no data found only. Null, a value when you are using, it is always with the is null operator only. Null, how it is checking? Now it is checking with this set of value whether it is present or not. Relational operators, when you are applying, it is compatible only with the values which we have, not with the characters. That is null character there. Character is different and the values are different. Okay. So specifically, that is the reason we have is null as a separate operator. Good question, actually. Yeah. So after this, where was I? Yeah, in operator. Now comes the question, or most of you will get this doubt while solving the question. We have relational operators, which gives the set of range values also, like lesser than, greater than, like that. If specifically, if I have to go for the range, then we used to go with the between and operator also. But where we can use this in operator will be a question mark. Okay, if somebody gives you a question, please give me the output of such employees whose salary ranges between 18 to 24. Fine. 24 to 26. Fine. Upper and lower bound that you can understand and you can write the value because it was two different value. Within that range, you can give it. What if somebody, I will ask you the question that to print such employees details whose salary whose salary are like this, you should print such employees details who are getting 18,500, 19,500, 12,500, 24,500. Means it is not one range of value. A random values they are asking, and it is not only two values, it is more than two values. So now what we have to go? More than two values, and not it is in the range or not is it is in the between range value, then we go with some operator called as in operator. It will check with two or more values by comparing. How? Simple question. Write a query to display the first name. I'll write it in a short. First name, salary of all the employees who are getting salary, sorry, who are getting 18,500, 12,500, 19,500, 24,000. Something like this, the random values they are asking. And again, a few will tell, ma'am, why to write four times? Simply I'll tell 12,500 till 24,000. That is between 12,500 to 24,000. I will ask between and operator is there. But did they ask you for 19,000 here? If you tell between 12,500 to 24,000, it will also print such employee details of 19,000 also, 20,000 also, 21,000 also, 22,000 also. They are not asking that value. They are asking you specifically such employee value whose salary is 18,500. 12,500, 19,500, 24,000. Specific values. If it was only one value, easy for you. Okay, whose salary is 18,500. Okay, two values. Okay, whose salary is 18,500 and salary equal to 12,500. Easily using relation also you are able to do it. But now it is more than two values. Relation also will not satisfy, between and also will not satisfy. Most of them I have seen in the interview panel, when people are writing a query, they will use between and operator in place of in operator. Please try to understand, they are not asking you the range of values here, they are asking you specific data, more than two values, then you have to be going with in operator, where salary is equal to 18,500, or okay, Prashant is saying, or a few others also good. If others also are giving that, ma'am, we'll do one thing where salary is equal to 18,500 or salary is equals to 19,500, or like this, I will write for all the statement using the logical operator. Agree? Using the logical and relational. But okay, four values are there. So what you will do? You will easily, with whatever idea, I'm not telling no, it is not possible. Still, you can go with that. It still works there. Assume 10 values are there. Will you set and write, okay, salary is equal to 18,500, or salary is equal to 25,000, or 16,000, or will you do that? I hope you're understanding, right? It is not, I'm not telling you no. When somebody will ask you to print 5 stars, it is possible in different ways. You can write it system.out.println 5 times, or in one line, 5 stars you will print inside the println statement. But we also know that it is only for the one approach. What if their values changes regularly and it increases? That time it is not an efficient one, right? So to have or to work with that kind of information only, we have this in operator. So we will use this in interview. If you are unable to remember this in operator, you can still go with that. Ultimately output you should get. But what happens when you go to the direct interview, since you have given or operators there, they'll ask you, can you write it in a more efficient way? That time at least you should remember, yes, you can write with in operator also. How to write it? Simple. Select star from, okay, they are not asking all the information, it is just first name and also salary from employees, where salary in, you have to write it in simple bracket, whatever they have given as it is, copy paste. I'll just select and run. So are we getting the expected output? We don't have 12,500, so I'm not getting. The rest of them we are getting. Now you tell which one is compatible. Is that writing or so many times, or in? That is what, right? So sometimes students are very much favorable to do that kind of task. If somebody tell, please catch your ear, where when you can directly catch your ear, you will not do that. You will take your right hand to the left hand side of ear and touch. That is only called as doing cycling in the studies. Don't do that kind of so much over enthusiastic. We should not show in the interview. Only limited. What is required? Think. Thinking is very much important. Nowadays, people will not think. Even a simple calculation, they'll open their mobile phone and do calculation. Sometimes it so happens, even though you have done correct calculation, you will again verify with your machine. Who created the machine softwares? It is human only, right? So when you're doing it, 100% it should be Correct. So have that trust in you. You should always use your brain to make your work easy. That's it. Hardly 2-3 seconds extra. If you think, you will get to know. Okay. So same question, I'll just alter it in this way. You should be telling what is that alteration. I can do it with that. I'll tell write a query to display the first name and salary. Okay, maybe I'll yeah, let it be this only. Salary, whose salary, who are not getting the salary. So at a query to display the first name salary of all the employees who are not getting 18,500, 12,500, 19,500, 24,000. What should be a query now? Good, Priyamda. Others? That's it. Simple, right? Where to put the not. I hope now you got a clarity. Okay. Yes. Same thing. I'll copy paste. I'll just tell not in and run it. So you can see, other than that, rest of the salaries we have got it. So any doubt in this query where to use not? Wherever you see the questioning saying that not equal to and more values are there, then you directly go first, always check if it is equal to how you will write, and then you just put not to that, as simple as that. Always have the same habit. First check if it is positive, what is the value. Equal to means how you will write it, then you can just change it as not equal to, not in, not whatever the previous query is, not between, is not null, like that. Okay. Where we can use not equal to also, we can use not equal to also. Not equal to is, see, where you use this equal to, you will check salary is equals to 80,000, only one value. For this you can tell not equal to. Then here how you will tell not in, no, that is not possible. Good. The types of questions people are asking, very good. See, that is the reason I'm telling how much you think, you will understand that much. So whatever you are getting as a doubt, no, is it possible? Can I do this way? Good, try it out. All that, and some people, when I'm explaining, you'll get that doubt, but when you're doing, you'll forget. As soon as you get a doubt, make a note of it, because I would be continuously explaining in the session. So when you are getting a doubt somewhere in your notes, just write down immediately, so that when you're solving, you can check that. And if it is not matching with your expectation, the next question should be why it is not matching. Immediately you have a team of people in your group who have different mindsets, which minds works in a different way. Put it there, let them also think. So that is how you build up your technical skills, improvising your technical skills. Technical skills will never come with only googling, it comes with thinking. Okay. Yeah, I have one more important keyword, not operator. I have left out with one operator also. That operator has many questions to solve, so I would solve it on Monday. But other than that, I would introduce one keyword here, which is called to be distinct keyword. Which is called to be distinct keyword. What is the meaning of distinct? Can I tell it as unique? Yes. Now many of you will be thinking, Mom, while creating the table only, we have told unique for certain tables. Like maybe I'll just go. I've forgotten which other table. Yeah. For the employee ID, it is unique. Maybe for other table columns which you will be creating, you would have made it as unique only. Why this distinct I should tell? When I know employee ID is unique, I'll go with that only. Your way of thinking will be that. While creating the table, we cannot use distinct. While retrieving the table, we cannot tell unique. I repeat, while creating the table, the columns you will put a constant called as unique. Means while creating only you're telling the value which you enter should be unique. One, only once you can use. Again, next value should be other than one, not one. Only once you can tell one. Next values should be, can be anything, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, anything you can do it. Like that, you are putting a condition while creating the table columns. What is the use of distinct? If you observe here, I have a department ID. Department IDs are different. I mean, they are repeated. 90 means in 90 department, Sachin also will be working, Vinod also is working, Santosh also working, Vikas also working. Like this, many names will be there. But I cannot tell in the beginning only. While creating the table, if I just tell a department ID unique, what will happen? I will not be able to tell. It is something like this. Only Sachin can work in department ID 90. Vinod cannot work in 90. You should opt for the different. How it is possible? When I say development team, there could be a number of employees who will be working in the development team, and that development team ID is 90. Right? So while creating, I cannot tell for this. But while retrieving, I want to see how many department groups are there, department IDs are there. I don't want to see this repetitions in the department. So now if I see this way, I can see that there are how many 20 departments are there. But is it true 20 departments are there? No. How many departments are there? If I want to check, I can use distinct. When I use the distinct while retrieving, what does it do? It gives me the unique values as an output. It will not give you repetition value. For example, I'll just write a query directly. I'm not framing a question here. Sorry, I'll tell in the select statement in the beginning only you should write observe. It's a keyword, not a function or not a operator. So I'll just tell select distinct, and what is on which you have to apply? I want to apply it on department ID. I want to apply it on department ID. And where is this department ID? It is in the employees table. I'll just copy. I'll remove this and first execute. You can see all the department IDs have been printed. Now I'll tell unique department IDs have been printed. One question should come, ma'am, why is it so that I have to, like in this case, if I have to print respective first name also, is it possible? Now you only think and answer. For 90 department ID, how many people are there? There are more than one member under this 90, more than one member under the 20 department ID. So if I just tell, okay, along with this distinct department ID, you print first name also. Please observe the error message. Okay. Yeah, okay, sorry, the cross connection. I mean, this is going, the cross multiplication is happening. Let me just tell you this way. One more function will come in the case of grouping. For distinct, it is working. Maybe for the functions, it will not work. Yeah. So while doing it, the distinct keyword, if you use, suppose that if I use the first name, sorry. According to the department ID, multiple times. First time for all the unique IDs, it will print the first name. Again, next it will go for the further. See, one set of IDs it is printing. Again, this many. Again, like this. Like this, it is printing for all. But say suppose in question they'll ask no first name and their department ID. Here what I expected, department unique IDs, am I getting the expected output? Unique department IDs, but in the query which I have written, a unique IDs I am not getting. The number of total department IDs I am not getting, rather I am getting the details as it is. So it is not a good approach to use or write like this. The distinct meaning has been destroyed in that particular case. So only when we write this way, it will not work. The other way, it will first take the first set of distinct value, it will print. Next set of distinct value, it will print. Then how to print the correct in a correct approach, ma'am? We have to use one more clause called as group by. There we will understand. But until that case, if they are asking you the distinct value, they'll not ask you for the other thing. They'll directly ask you, please print a distinct salary information or unique salary information. Don't repeat the department ID, count the department ID. Like this, they'll be asking you. That time you have to print it once, means then you have to go with this distinct keyword. That is what, as I mentioned, the more into this you will get to know only by solving it. And I explained it seems to be very easy. Oh, only this much, how easily we can solve. But when you start solving, no, how is this? Should I have to do that way? Should I have to do this way? That kind of question will arise. Got it? So till here, any doubts? I have left out with the one important operator and one question which I have mentioned. No, in class I'll be explaining. Those two I will take up on Monday. Other than that, the questions which I'll be posting in today's or maximum by tomorrow morning 10 I'll put it. If it is possible today, now only I'll post it. If not, then by 10 or 11 maximum I'll put it in tomorrow. There in the groups I'll be posting it. You have to solve it without fail. And this solving is only for such candidates who are serious about their career. If you feel it's okay, ma'am, I will take some more time. There would be something called as revision classes, or there would be something called as who are not getting placed for after so many days, for them separately one session if they have to run. That time I'll come and attend, that time I'll become serious. Then you don't do it. No, ma'am, as soon as possible, I want the job. Then you practice and come back tomorrow. I mean, on Monday. Okay. A folder link also I'll be posting it. Still, I have not received. I should get that access. Then I'll put it. Okay. The moment I get, I'll put it. So it's your habit that you should keep a documents ready. So the moment I share, immediately you can upload there. It is good for you also, no, that you will also get a clarity how many are pending, how many you have to solve. All that clarity you will also get. The daily, weekly progress, daily progress, this way you will be doing it in your company. I mean, when you join your company, your team lead will check what is your weekly progress and all. Now you start doing it on your own now only, so that when you go to the industry, that becomes an habit. Who will get the promotions immediately? The one who works properly. The first year when you join a company, you should work like a slave. You should never tell, are you 8 hours over? Should I have to work? Are you 6 hours over? Should I have to work? No. You should always tell, okay, some more work is there. It's okay, sir. It's okay, ma'am. Or it's okay. Don't call sir or ma'am in the company IT. You call their direct names. Okay, so there directly you can just tell it's okay, I will complete it. If they ask for one idea, you give 5-6 ideas to them. Okay, that is how you have to do it in your IT industry. Once you join, the first year you have to work like a slave. Say it as a slave is, you should never tell, should I have to do this? If you tell like that, that means you're just running out from the challenges. Take that as a challenge. See all the work, which kind of work your friend or colleagues are doing. Observe how they are doing it, how you should overcome. 1 year, you should forget your happiness also there. And after that, I'm telling you, everything is like a child's play there. Take walk. Just as easy as it is, you can just tell, okay, this work, I'll just do it in 5 minutes. On 1 year, you struggle in IT. The rest, a few years will be like easily for digesting for you. This is what I can give you as a tip for today. Okay, so Saturday, Sunday, nice weekend you have. I'm not giving that 24 hours you have to sit and practice. So much of assignment also I'm not giving. Hardly 1 hour on two daily basis. A Saturday, Sunday you have to spend. That's it. Other than that, you want to spend your time with your special friends, you can do it. I have no objection in that. So whatever, spend it with 100% involvement, whether what type of activity you're doing, whether it is like studying, whether it is cooking, whether it is spending time, 100% is required in whatever job you do. Okay, so no friends, only query, ma'am. Shashi is saying he has put direct message to me, but I'm telling it to all. Only query. Okay, nice. So fine then, guys. So let's all meet on Monday. Happy weekend. Spend your time properly. Don't just waste by seeing the reels, other status, and finding the time to put your own status, creating your own status. Not required. Behave matured. Okay, you put the status when you get the job, saying that this is my package. Now it is a hard time to study, struggle, do hard work. Once you get the job, I will not be there. That time, if I tell, you can easily tell you why this lady is here also. Again, telling you'll tell, you can directly scold me that time. But now it is my responsibility to force you to get involved in the things. So I'm telling it on the daily basis. Okay. Fine then. Have a great weekend. Let's all meet on Monday. Anything, any doubts you are getting, immediately put it in group. Others will address. At the end of the day, I will address. Okay. Fine then. Thank you.